Hello everybody, Snowflake here, and welcome to another episode of Skyrim. Hope you guys are enjoying this so far. On a side note, really enjoying all the love that Oblivion has been getting since they recently remastered it. I'm still considering whether I'm going to make a series on it at some point, maybe after Skyrim. I know that'll be after all the hype has died down, but it is what it is. I mean, I played Oblivion recently, and before it was remastered, and it came out in 2006. So I don't really mind too much about avoiding the hype. I'm just in YouTube for the fun. But yeah, I'm enjoying seeing everyone show some love to it. It deserves it. And yeah, good times. I'm just checking to see if my audio is recording. Hopefully the game audio is coming through for you guys. Yeah. It looks like it, but I think OBS has changed a bit. Anyway, yeah, I'd love to see Oblivion get some love. It does also give my old Oblivion videos. I say old, they're not that old, but my Oblivion series has been getting more views as a result, so I'm obviously not mad about that. I hope people aren't watching the videos and getting disappointed that it isn't the version of Oblivion they were maybe looking for, but oh well. It is what it is. Anyway, speaking of videos, I do a thing called Snowflake Sundays. You guys can vote for the content you want to see every Sunday. I'll leave a link to a form in the description below, which will allow you to vote for what you want to see the following Sunday. And you can also join my Discord server in the description below as well, where that form gets posted every week, so you guys can vote for content you want to see every week and other fun stuff too. On to the episodes. In the last episode, we joined the Companions. For Oblivion fans, Companions are the equivalent to the Fighters Guild. So yeah, the legendary warrior band of Whiterun. I've joined the Companions, the legendary warrior band of Whiterun, yes. That about summarized it. So it was a bit of a meet and greet episode. We met all the members of the Companions. We learned a bit about what they're about. We ran a few errands for them, handing swords and shields to people. And we got our first bit of work from them as well. We met their leader, Codlack Whitemane. Or, not their leader, but seems like he's sort of a go-to guy around there. So, we met their smith, we met a bunch of high-ranking members and some low-ranking members. We talked to pretty much everyone. I think we did catch everyone. I'm not entirely sure. Been a while since I played Skyrim, so I don't remember every single person. I don't remember every single person in Oblivion either, but I'm a lot closer to it. Anyway, we got ourselves a little quest from Farkas. These are Radiant quests, which I believe you can get as many of as you want. But they are also necessary to completing the Companion's quest line. Similar to the Fighters Guild, where you had to do like... they weren't Radiant quests, but they were like simple quests, like go kill a bunch of goblins, go kill the mountain lions. They weren't like massively story-driven quests. And then every now and then you get like a story-related quest that would progress the story. So I guess the Companion's quest line is sort of like that, although these are actually Radiant quests with not much story about them. But we're going to do this one. It's called Trouble in Skyrim. A group of bandits has been causing trouble in Whiterun. I've been asked to clear out Redorun's retreat. So we're going to go kill a bunch of bandits, if Lydia will let us out. Hopefully our companion friends will be happy. Despite our deeds in saving Skyrim, still no one really cares, and we're still considered a lowly member of the Companions. I think one of the companions was like, I killed a bear recently. Have you killed anything recently? Yeah, mate, I killed Alduin the World Eater. Something no one else has ever done before. You can't touch me. Alright, let's go to Silent Moon's camp. I think that's closest. The good news is we've travelled a little bit around here, there, and everywhere, so we have some more locations around the map, so getting to places is a little bit easier than it was at the start. Yeah, frost trolls are tough, but we can handle them. Okay, we're already in combat, it seems. Damn, Lydia just one-shots them. Yeah, you can't ward that. Oh, you missed. Yeah, victory is definitely ours. Just, yeah, grab everything because we're no longer limited by carry weight. When did we come here before? Silent Moon's camp. I think we must have been on our way west. Quite possibly. Can we cook here? No. Oh, we'll take the food though. And the bucket, of course. Always grab the bucket. Carrots, tomatoes, apples. Oh yeah, there's some the salmon. It's a shame we can't cook it, but oh well. Cooked brook bass. Sure. Did we miss a bandit? No. Wait, no, we didn't loot this one, did we? Potion of minor healing, we missed out on that. Okay, Lydia. Let's head out. Detected? By anything mean, I hope. Oh, right, mammoths. I don't know if we've seen a mammoth in this playthrough. I don't think we have. Mammoths are perfectly nice if you don't go close to them. They're tough to beat, though. At least that's how I remember them. You could try and fight one just to see what it's about, but we don't need to do... Oh, search beehive. Oh. I mean, I thought that looked like clickable. Beehive husk, honeycomb. Cool. Those were ingredients we didn't actually have before. I wonder if you can like trigger the beehive and get... Okay, those are just harmless animals. Yeah. I wonder if you can trigger a beehive and get stung by a bee. I wonder how much health that would take from me. That Alduin guy is tough, but have you ever been stung by a bee? I know which one I'd prefer. Okay, we have arrived at the Bandito camp. That's a nice looking fort over there. And I think the Radiant quest from Farkas can be slightly different. You can fight. You might have to fight like slightly different enemies. But yeah, Redorun's retreat found. Anyone waiting on the outside? It would not appear that would be the case. Let's grab some flowers while we're here. Yeah, we'll follow the trail. End up probably fighting something strong because we went off the trail. We're good. That'll do. Okay, no one on the outside, so this might be a relatively small camp. Yeah, let's save it. I've heard these quests can be a little bit buggy, although that's come up a lot when I've been looking up quests beforehand on UESP. It's like, this quest can be very buggy, but we haven't experienced anything like that too much in Skyrim. So maybe a lot of those bugs were fixed. Like in the special edition, for example. Grab carrots, grab the basket, grab apples, grab a lantern, grab potatoes, cabbages, shrooms. We're gonna have a great dinner today. This looks like a mine of some sort. Maybe there's gonna be some mining areas. We've got our trusty pickaxe. And we do have a quest marker. I don't know if that takes us to bandits in particular, or maybe we just need to deal with the top dog. We'll see. Lydia's ready to go though. Oh, we got a doggy. Well, okay, Lydia killed the dog. It wasn't me. Shut down. You wonder how these bandits survive for so long when they die to one hit from a mace. Granted, it's my mace, or war axe, depending on which one I feel like using. You know, just so proficient with both. All right, a lot of shrooms here. Something to bear in mind if I ever need shrooms in the future. Can we take this wheel? No, sadly not. Oh, bunch of ale. Yeah, we'll take all of that. Can't grab this thing. All these cloths, which is an outrage. Probably loot this bandit. Yeah, fur armor. It's not great, but we've got the room to carry it, so we're fine. Apples. Ooh, leftover gold and arrows. Those weigh nothing. Not sure why two particular arrows needed to be there. Got a novice chest. Doesn't appear to be booby trapped. So yeah, we don't break picks on novice locks. Not bad though. Steel plate gauntlets, gold, brief invisibility, plentiful healing, and ruby. Thank you. Let's see, let's have a look at our local map. Doesn't seem to be any secrets, so we'll keep it moving. Oh, okay, bandit outlaw. You might be a little bit tougher, but not really that strong. Okay, bandit chief, we might need to watch out for a little bit. Oh, we got him. Yeah, we've yeah, we get the animation at the end. Alright, well, quest completed. Bandit leader taken down. What was that, like 3 bandits and a dog? That was the whole cave. I'll take an easy quest for sure. Yeah. Let's go grab all of the shrooms. Seem pretty well stocked in terms of potions and drinks. Alright, let's just look at the outlaw studded armor. Yeah, we're not getting stuff anywhere near stuff that will improve our armor rating. Maybe this chief has some stuff, but this is all heavy armor. Steel plate, armor, steel sword of scorching bow. Burn target for 15 points. Targets on fire take extra damage. Elven dagger. I mean, our weapons do 40 and 37 damage, so yeah, we'll obviously take it. Is there an exit near here? No, like this is literally it. Right, Lydia.
I'm a blade now. I can hardly believe it.
Oh, we can ask her some. Did I ever ask her these things? I'm a Thane. What does that mean?
The Jarl has recognized you as a person of great importance in the Hold. A hero. The title of Thane is an honor. A gift for your service. Guards will know to look the other way if you tell them who you are.
I feel like she probably has told me that. What does a housecarl do?
As my Thane, I'm sworn to your service. I'll guard you and all you own with my life.
Well, speaking of all I own, I need you to carry all I own.
Sworn to carry your burdens.
Don't say it like that, Lydia. We're friends, okay? Look, you got a gold necklace and a silver ring that you didn't have before. You're still using the dark dagger. Oh.
How can I serve you, my Thane?
I would like for you to carry some stuff, please. Yeah. Anything, really. Maybe you like a steel sword of scorching. Maybe that's something you like. Just dump everything we can. Except for food, ingredients, stuff like that. Because, wait. Oh, we can't give her the Elder Scroll. Oh, she's actually changed her weapon. Is she using the Elven Dagger now? No, she's still got the Dark one selected. Yeah, is that literally every... Yeah. Cool.
You lead, I'll follow.
Makes sense. Alright, let's have a look at this sleeping area. Got some ale, tankards, yeah. Cabbages, a goat leg, 4 goats. And again, we killed a dog. Don't think we didn't loot the dog, did we? I don't think dogs... They didn't carry anything in Oblivion, so I'd usually leave them alone most of the time. Maybe... I think you can get dog meat in this game, can't you? Luckily, we're going to have to go back there anyway, so... If there is dog meat, then we will have a look at it. 2920, Last Seed, V8. Let's see if that's a book that we have read. I don't think so. Alright, let's read it. Well, it's a sneak skill book, so we clearly haven't read it since we got the level up. Okay, let's go. Last Seed, Book 8 of 2920, The Last Year of the First Era, by Karlovac Townway. 1 Last Seed 2920, Mournhold, Morrowind. They were gathered in the Duke's courtyard at twilight, enjoying the smell and warmth of a fire of dry branches and bitter green leaves. Tiny embers flew into the sky, hanging for a few moments before vanishing. I was rash, agreed the Duke soberly, but Lorcan had his laugh, and all is well. Morag Tong will not assassinate the Emperor now that my payment to them is at the bottom of the inner sea. I thought you had made some sort of a truce with the Daedra princes. What your sailors called a Daedra may not have been one, said Sophasil. Perhaps it was a rogue battle mage, or even a lightning bolt that destroyed your ship. The Prince and the Emperor are en route to take possession of Alt-Lambasi as our truce agreed. It is certainly typical of the Cyrodiil to assume that their concessions are negotiable, while ours are not. Vivek pulled out a map. We can meet them here, in this village to the northwest of Alt-Lambasi, Fervenfil. But will we meet them to talk, asked Almalexia, or to make war? No one had an answer to that. 15 last seed, 2920, Fervenfil, Morrowind. A late summer squall blew through the small village, darkening the sky except for flashing of lightning which leapt from cloud to cloud like acrobats. Water rushed. Did they have acrobats in those days? I've never seen an acrobat in the Elder Scrolls. Let's have some of those in Elder Scrolls 6. Water rushed down the narrow streets ankle deep, and the prince had to shout to be heard by his captives but a few feet away from him. There's an inn up ahead. We'll wait there for the storm to pass before pressing on to Alt-Lambasi. The inn was warm and dry and bustling with business. Barmaids were rushing back and forth, bringing grief and wine to a back room, evidently excited about a famous visitor, someone who was attracting more attention than the mere heir to the Empire of Tamriel. Amused, Juelek watched them run until he overheard the name of Vivek. My lord Vivek, he said, bursting into the back room. You must believe me. I knew nothing about the attack on Black Gate until after it happened. We will, of course, be returning it to your care forthwith. I wrote you a letter to that effect at your palace in Balmora, but obviously you're not there. He paused, taking in the many new faces in the room. I'm sorry, let me introduce myself. I'm Juelek Cyrodiil. Is that a coincidence? I mean, I know people who are named after places. I don't think this guy was the origin of Cyrodiil, right? That'd be weird. Because, yeah. Maybe, who knows? My name is Almalexia, said the most beautiful woman the prince had ever seen. Won't you join us? Sofa Sil, said a serious-looking Dharma in a white cloak, shaking the prince's hand and showing him to a seat. Induril Brindisi Dorum, Duke Prince of Mournhold, said the massively built man next to him as he sat down. I recognize that the events of the last month suggest at best that the Imperial army is not under my control, said the prince after ordering some wine. This is true. The army is my father's. I understood that the Emperor was going to be coming to aid Alt-Lambasi as well, said Almalexia. Officially, he is, said the prince cautiously. Unofficially, he's still back in the Imperial city. He's met with an unfortunate accident. Vivek glanced at you quickly before looking at the prince. An accident? He's fine, said the prince quickly. He'll live, but it looks like he'll lose an eye. It was an altercation that has nothing to do with the war. The only good news is that while he recovers, I have the use of his seal. Any agreement we make here and now will be binding to the Empire, both in my father's reign and in mine. Then let's start agreeing, smiled Almalexia. 16 last seed, 2920, Rough Nagar, Cyrodiil. The tiny hamlet of Rough Nagar greeted Kasir with its colourful horses perched on a promontory overlooking the stretch of a Roughgarian mountain plain and high rock beyond. Had he been in a better mood, the sight would have been breathtaking. As it was, he could only think that in practical terms, a small village like this would have meagre provisions for himself and his horse. He rode down into the main square where an inn called the Eagle's Cry stood. Directing the stable boy to house and feed his horse, Kasir walked into the inn and was surprised by its ambience. A minstrel he had heard play once in Gilderdale was performing a jaunty old tune to the clapping of the mountain men. Such forced merriment was not what Kasir wanted at that moment. A glum Dunmer woman was seated at the only table far from the noise, so he took his drink there and sat down without invitation. It was only when he did so that he noticed that she was holding a newborn baby. I've just come from Morrowind, he said rather awkwardly, lowering his voice. I've been fighting for Vivek and the Duke of Mournhold against the Imperial army. A traitor to my people, I guess you'd call me. I am also a traitor to my people, said the woman, holding up her hand which was scarred with a branded symbol. It means that I can never go back to my homeland. Well, you're not thinking of staying here, are you? Laughed Kasir. It's certainly quaint, but come wintertime there's going to be snow up to your eyelashes. It's no place for a new baby. What is her name? Bosriel. It means beauty of the forest. Where are you going? Dwinnen, on the bay in High Rock. You're welcome to join me. I could use the company. He held out his hand. Kasir Whitley, Torella, said the woman after a pause. She was going to use her family's name first, as is tradition, but she realized that it was no longer her name. I would love to accompany you. Thank you. Not that easy. You just go into a tavern, go up to a girl and say, hey, you seem nice. Come with me on this long trip. Okay, cool. Thanks. 19 Last Seed, 2920, Outland-Bassi, Morrowind. 5 men and 2 women stood in the silence of the great room of the castle. The only sound the scrawl of quill on parchment and the gentle tapping of rain on the large picture window. As the prince set the seal of Cyrodiil on the document, the peace was made official. The Duke of Mournhold broke out in a roar of delight, ordering wine brought in to commemorate the end of 80 years of war. Only Sopher Sill stood apart from the group. His face betrayed no emotion. Those who knew him best knew he did not believe in endings or beginnings, but in the continuous cycle of which this was but a small part. My prince, said the castle steward, unhappy at breaking the celebration, there is a messenger here from your mother, the Empress. He asked to see your father, but as he did not arrive... Schwilek excused himself and went to speak with the messenger. The Empress does not live in the Imperial City? Asked Vivek. No, said Almalexia, shaking her head sadly. Her husband has imprisoned her in Blackmarsh, fearing that she was plotting a revolution against him. She is extremely wealthy and has powerful allies in the western Colovian estate, so he could not marry another, or have her executed. They've been at an impasse for the last 17 years since Schwilek was a child. Who's the Emperor and Empress at this point? I'm trying to remember my brief history of the Empire books, but it's escaping me. The prince returned a few minutes later. His face betrayed his anxiety, though he took troubles to hide it. My mother needs me, he said simply. I'm afraid I must leave at once. If I may have a copy of the treaty, I will bring it with me to show the Empress the good we have done today, and then I will carry it on to the Imperial City so it may be made official. Prince Schwilek left with a fond farewell to the three of Morrowind. As they watched him ride out into the rain-swept night south towards Blackmarsh, Vivek said, Tamriel will be much healed when he has the throne. Ooh. Interesting. 31 Last Seed, 2920, Dorsa Pass, Blackmarsh. The moon was rising over the desolate quarry, steaming with swamp gas from a particularly hot summer, as the prince and his 2 guard escort rode out of the forest. The massive piles of earth and dung had been piled high in antiquity by some primitive long-dead tribe of Blackmarsh, hoping to keep out some evil from the north. Evidently the evil had broken through at Dorsa Pass, the large track in the sad, lonely rampart that stretched for miles. The black twisted trees that grew on the barrier cast strange shadows down, like a net tangling. The prince's mind was on his mother's cryptic letter, hinting at the threat of an invasion. He could not, of course, tell the Dunmer about it. At the very least until he knew more and had notified his father. After all, the letter was meant for him. It was its urgent tone that made him decide to go directly to Gideon. The Empress had also warned him about a band of former slaves who attacked caravans going into Dorsa Pass. She advised him to be certain to make his imperial shield visible, so they would know he was not one of the hated Dunmer slavers. Upon riding into the tall weeds that flooded through the pass like a noxious river, the prince ordered that his shield be displayed. Couldn't anyone with an imperial shield then just walk in? Even if they were on the slaver's side? I can see why the slaves use this, said the prince's captain. It's an excellent location for an ambush. Drulek nodded his head, but his thoughts were elsewhere. What threat of invasion could the Empress have discovered? Were the Akaviri on the seas again? If so, how could his mother from her cell in Castle Gervese know of it? A rustle in the weeds and a single sharp human cry behind him interrupted his ponderings. Turning around, the prince discovered that he was alone. His escort had vanished. The prince peered over the stretch of the moonlit sea of grass which waved in almost hypnotic patterns to the ebb and flow of the night wind billowing through the pass. It was impossible to tell if a struggling soldier was beneath this system of vibrations, a dying horse behind another. A high whistling wind drowned out any sound the victims of the ambush might be making. Schwilek drew his sword and thought about what to do, his mind willing his heart not to panic. He was closer to the exit of the pass than the entrance. Whatever had slain his escort must have been behind him. If he rode fast enough, perhaps he could outrun it. Sparing his horse to gallop, he charged for the hills ahead, framed by the mighty black piles of dirt. When he was thrown, it happened so suddenly. He was hurtling forward before he was truly conscious of the fact. He landed several yards beyond where his horse had fallen, breaking his shoulder and his back on impact. A numbness washed over him as he stared at his poor, dying steed, its belly sliced open by one of several spears jutting up just below the surface of the grass. Prince Schwilek was not able to turn and face the figure that emerged from the grass, nor able to move to defend himself. His throat was cut without ceremony. Miramor cursed when he saw the face of his victim more clearly in the moonlight. He had seen the Emperor at the Battle of Bodrum. Oh. They have a Bodrum too? Did they take that from Turkey or Turkey? Curse you. Or thank you for giving Bodrum a shout out, I guess. When he had fought in his Imperial Majesty's command, and this was clearly not the Emperor. Searching the body, he found the letter and a treaty signed by Vivek, Almalexia, Sophasil, and the Duke of Mournhold representing Morrowind, and the Prince Schwilek Cyrodiil representing the Cyrodiil Empire. Curse my luck, muttered Miramor to himself in the whispering grass. I've only killed the prince. Where's the reward in that? Miramor destroyed the letter, as Zook had instructed him to do, and pocketed the treaty. At the very least, such a curiosity would have some market value. He disassembled the trap as he pondered his next step. Return to Gideon and ask his employer for a lesser reward for killing the heir? Move on to other lands? At the very least, he considered he had picked up 2 useful skills from the Battle of Bodrum. From the Dharma, he had learned the excellent spear trap. In abandoning the Imperial army, he had learned how to skulk in the grass. The eras continued in Half-Fire. Alright, coolio. If you enjoy reading that with me, Lydia, we were able to see over my shoulder. I sure hope so. Get some Namira's right. Oh, we got a cooking spit here. Can't grab any of his meat, unfortunately, which doesn't make any sense. But we'll take the potatoes. We'll take apples. We'll activate this bear trap. I got a bunch more barrels over here. More cabbages. Alright, this is a sound trap. It doesn't really work if there's no bandits around to hear it. Alright, checking there's nothing in behind. Okay. Hanging stuff you can't get. Okay, let's cook. They had some salt. Well, let's check this chest first. Oh, of course, of course. Skyrim players already know what's happening here. Of course, if this was just a Radiant side quest, there had to be a way that it was going to be spiced up somehow. Alright then. So we've got 2 amber, which I don't think we had before. Draft of True Shot, 59 gold. Treasure map 4. Can we? I guess we can't read it until we take it. So we'll take it all, including this item called Meridia's Beacon. Let's take all.
A new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath, and I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
Didn't ask. Alright, has that, like, made itself my main quest now? Because, no, it hasn't, okay. So yeah. So we picked up Meridia's Beacon from this chest, and I think it can be found in any random chest, so you never know when it's going to pop up. So it came up now, and yeah. So we already got a Daedric quest from Azura. We actually got that from the Shrine, but a lot of the Daedric quests in Skyrim, unlike Oblivion, do not come directly from the Shrines. You come across them in different ways, like you would other sort of side quests, which I think is a bit more interesting. Well, obviously the Shrine guarantees you the quest, but being able to come across the Daedra in different elements of the game when you're doing different things, I think is a little bit more interesting. So I do appreciate that. There we go, Meridia's Beacon. We've got Meridia's quest. we've got that bit of dialogue over with. Yeah, and it is a bit of a meme, because it's like sometimes you can be on a very, very important quest, and Meridia's like, hey, let me interrupt your quest to take down Alduin by telling you all about my the foul darkness I need you to help me get rid of, and making you a champion of my cleansing light, or whatever it is she said. But actually, this was quite a fitting quest to have it done, because it wasn't a very important quest. We already finished it, so yeah, good timing, I guess. Let's cook. Alright, let's make the classic apple cabbage stew. Yeah, salt is the limiting factor for our cooking, unfortunately. Without it, we can't do much else. Let me just double check that, actually. There are some things you can make without salt. Like the soups you can make. Yeah, but you need leek to make soup, and we don't have leek. Got everything else, but that's it. But yeah, pretty simple bandit clear quest. Yeah, we did open that chest. Yeah, this dog should have dog meat, right? Yeah, it does. Thank you very much, doggy. I forget who was... Redoran sounds like an important name. So, I wonder if this Redoran's retreat was named after someone important. Did I not grab you before? Okay. Let's go back to Whiterun and talk to the companions. Or Farkas specifically, I guess. And Whiterun was here, of course. Don't worry, God, you don't need to get nervous. I'm not approaching you with my weapon drawn.
Word is spreading like mage fire. Great evil has been vanquished. You have truly saved us all.
Thank you, God. Glad to see you taking an interest. Can we not? Okay. I cannot hop those fences. A rainy day. Yeah, for some reason they like us entering through the back entrance. That's absolutely fine. Okay. And coolly... Oh, you can stand on this fire, that's fine. And yeah, we're allowed to take all this stuff now because we are an official member of the crew. Lydia doesn't seem to want to stand on the fire. That makes sense.
Skjor says that I have the strength of Ysgramor, and brother has his smarts.
So you're done, basically. Sorry, Farkas. I've completed your quest.
Some people don't think I'm smart. Those people get my fist. But you, I like.
Yeah, I totally didn't just call you dumb. It's okay. I've taken care of a problem.
Another job well done. Your payment is secure. And you have my thanks.
You're welcome. I'm looking for work.
Skjor was looking for you earlier.
What does he want?
Don't know. He just said he needed to talk to you before you do anything else. I don't like making him angry, but there is some work for you if you want it.
Sounds good, man. And that starts a new quest, Proving Honor. So we can talk to Skjor, and I'm sure he'll have some things to say. Who's that over there? Have we talked to them?
I've been tending to the warriors of your Vasker for as long as I can remember.
I don't think we've talked to these guys. Vignar, Greymane, and Brill. Let's talk to Brill.
I'd be dead if not for Vignar. He took me in and helped me turn my life around.
And that explains why you sleep together. Wait, what? There's still the threat of a dragon attack? What does this mean?
We've done as much as we can to prepare for that. But remember, Whiterun is home to the companions. Any dragon that comes here will get Mortimer's bark.
Yeah, I feel like any dragon that comes to the companions is going to get beaten the heck up. So, wise of them to avoid it. Although they didn't really help when Odahviin came, but I guess we didn't need them to. Why did you join the companions?
I'm not a companion myself. I just helped Vignar. He took me in when I was having a tough time and, well, I owe him.
Fair.
Farewell, sir.
Farewell. Sorry, Vignar, I realise you've just gone to sleep, but I'd like to talk to you.
Greymanes have been feuding with the Battleborns for years. There's no more bitter enemy than an old friend.
Yep, we've already met one of the Battleborns, I think, and we told him, he said Battleborn or Greymane, and we just picked Battleborn to make him happy, but I believe the Greymane support the Stormcloaks and the Battleborns support the Empire. And I think that's the main reason for their feud. I mean, he's going to tell us about it. So, tell me about the Greymanes.
Oh, we've got an old saying. The Greymanes have lived in Whiterun since the first snows fell in Skyrim. Well, maybe that's not entirely true. But our clan's got a long and proud history in this hold. We respect the old ways, the Nord ways. And the Greymane has worked the Skyforge since before the time of my grandfather's father.
Yeah, we met Yul and Greymane. Your clans used to be friends?
Aye. We used to be fast friends. Though it was long ago. We were two of the city's oldest and most respected clans. And we could trace our histories all the way back to Ysgramor's companions. But then Ulfred got rich and decided he and his kin were too good for us simple, backwards Nord folk. When the troubles began, he took the Empire's side. We haven't spoken much since then.
Is there any way they can be friends? Who knows? There's probably a quest related to this somewhere, but I don't remember it. Why did you join the companions?
Well, when you get to be my age, you don't remember why you did much of anything. Only that it happened.
Well, that's an interesting take. What does it mean to be a companion?
My advice, don't overthink it. Fight well and the rest takes care of itself.
Alright, simple enough. What about your rivals, the Battleborns?
Aye, they're an old clan like ours. But they cast their lot with the Empire when the uprising began. Ulfred Battleborn made his money from farming and got himself some new friends among the Empire's nobles. Now he's in the Emperor's pocket like the rest of them, with no regard for honor and tradition.
Alright, good talk, Vignar. Well, yeah, you clearly wanted to get back to sleep. I can respect that. Alright, well, we'll head back home then, and we'll end the episode there. Good times. We touched the beacon. Let's face it. I mean, you guys know already, but that's probably earned its way to being my episode title.
You've been seen in the company of the companions. That's an honorable path you're on, friend.
You got good eyes, Whiterun God. You're able to see all the way from there. Yeah, then. Let us return.
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some beer.
Alright. Lydia. You're needed in the chest room. Thank you.
Dragonborn, what do you need? How can I serve you, my Thane?
Give me my stuff back. So you don't want the steel sword of scorching? It feels like that's better than the dark dagger I gave you. Okay, well, up to you. Oh, she's using the steel plate helmet now. I didn't even really notice, but yeah, she's using steel plate armor now. Well, she's using the blade's armor, but everything else is steel plate. Okay, well, whatever protects her better. It'd be cool if Lydia could like level up as well from combat. That would be nice. If like your companions could level up, that would be cool. Yeah, let's take anything she's not using. I'll miss her wearing the Whiterun Guard's helmet. But it is what it is. How do I get... Okay, yeah, never mind.
You lead, I'll follow.
I'm still not at my carry weight. How's that possible? Alright, she's wearing all the steel stuff, that's why. Okay. Let's make some potions. Now I'm carrying too much. Alright, good stuff. Now let me limp over to the chest and put everything back. I always forget to put my Circle of Alchemy on before I do alchemy, which is annoying. Yeah, we're not really using a lot of these potions. Maybe we limit ourselves to plentiful healing? No, we'll keep healing and plentiful healing. We'll keep one magicka and one stamina just in case. But everything else we probably don't really need. Food. We try and only carry 10 of everything, so it doesn't get crazy. Got a lot of tomatoes. Wine. Is there anything else that's like a drink that we don't really need? Okay. Ingredients. Yeah, we can trim those down. A bit of a B&B hive husk because I don't think we owned those items before. Okay. All good. Nope. Let's do that. 182. Feels like it's more than it should be. We picked up some food, maybe. Oh yeah, we got some books to... Let's look at this treasure map. Huh. WR. That sounds like Whiterun to me. Okay, so there's some treasure somewhere near Whiterun. Are these two separate? No, these are probably two It's the same map, it's just one's showing it like where it is on the map, and the other one's showing where in particular you can find the treasure. Okay, well, that's interesting. I don't know if we'll bother with that, but maybe one day we'll do a treasure hunt if we start to accumulate some more treasure maps. But yeah, cool to know that these exist. I'll put it away for now because I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to consciously think, oh, this is where the treasure is. I'm going to go look around for it. Oh yeah, miscellaneous. I didn't put any Skyrims back, did I? Yeah. That would be it. Can't get rid of Meridia's beacon now. Okay, that's a little bit better. Cool. Let's wrap things up then. So, we have completed the Trouble in Skyrim quest. A bit of a Radiant one, but we had to do a Radiant quest to continue with the companion storyline. So we just had to clear out the bandit camp, Veteran's Retreat. I cleared out Veteran's Retreat, so Whiterun is now a bit safer. Yay. Balgruuf will be happy with that too. Oh, was this not a quest that I wonder if this was a quest for like Avenici gave us. I think that's what I read before. So I read it a while ago. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like Avenici gave us a quest to go hunt down some bandits. And I feel like it might have been the same place. Not 100% on that though. I hope that doesn't bug something out in the future, but maybe we just did 2 quests in one. Maybe I'm just talking complete crap and we're actually fine. Either way, we can move on. Yeah, we completed the Trouble in Skyrim's quest. Cleared out Veteran's Retreat, Whiterun safer. A new hand touched the beacon, and it was our hand, so we picked up Meridia's quest on the way. I guess on the way out, really. And we got ourselves a new quest with the companions, and this one I believe is story related. It's called Proving Honor. The companions' leaders say they don't have any more work for me, but that I should speak to Skjor about the next steps. Well, it was only Farkas that said that, but yeah, we'll talk to Skjor and find out what this quest is about on the next episode. But I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.